live at 9 o'clock p.m. November 21st, looking at my crotch because the stupid camera is not set up correctly. Okay. Oops. Alright. Premiere my mob farm. Why? So last time we were making these walls, I don't know if I'm going to work at my other world today, because I'm actually going to finish this experimental farm up. I need to wall everything, built the conveyor belts, volcano for the volcano traps. Okay, now it's time. Mm-mm. No. I like how I keep getting inundated with, oh, your password's about. Oh, God, there's a split in my lip and it hurts. Worst parents on YouTube, Daddy05. Yeah, these guys are the worst parents. These guys suck. You don't watch. Let's search up Violet first. I want to see if they posted. They have not posted for such a long time. Yeah, they have not posted ever since. I hope they're okay. Oops, wrong button. Sorry. I swear to God, when people make documentaries on YouTube, they put so much freaking love into it, which makes it so nice. I'd rather watch this. Christ, I can tell you, just from basic editing, it can take hours to make what this guy is. This guy probably spent at least like 20 to 50 hours editing this. Christ, what a virus. Oh my God. Honestly, you wanna know what my public prank would be? If I had to pick one public prank to do in public, I would go into a bathroom and I'd sneak a whoopee cushion in, and when someone goes in, just squeeze it. It's harmless and it's hilarious. Can you imagine that? Somebody is pissed off at their boss and they hate it, and they go in, they hear this whoopee cushion go off. Dude, if I were that dude, that would like make my day, dude. Honestly, it's fun. It's not like the best prank, but it's funny. Everybody laughs, and it's harmless. Another one I've considered doing, like if I didn't want to be fired, I'd almost go in and sneak into my job and just flip every table upside down. I wouldn't do that though, because I don't want to make my boss mad. He's really... Oh God, I get it, because apparently I think bricks mean like 1 kilogram. Oh my God. Yeah, thank those people that killed the prank.
thumbnail contained enough shock value to achieve instant virality. It's how we ended up with Frank Invasion making out with so many scantily clad women in public.
That is the intro of a douchebag.
The shock value needed to overshadow the fakeness. But sadly, not everything depicted in these videos was fake. Some creators went so far as to take advantage of the public's preconceived notion of fake prank videos in order to monetize the most sadistic behavior imaginable, exploiting genuine reactions of distress and carrying out the most twisted of desires until YouTube themselves were finally forced to act. Now, before going down in history as some of the cruelest individuals...
Yeah, these guys deserve to go to hell. There's a special place in hell. Oh, look at they're acting so sad. Look, if I act sad, it'll make my problems go away. I've heard about that. That actually looks really interesting. That is stupid sketchy. If I had a kid, which, God, some dumbass will probably take this out of context. Let's say I have a child, I can literally say, "Hey Timmy, if you look at the camera, right, and say that you're not being abused, I'll buy you an entire bag of candy." And then Timmy will be like, "Oh yay!" See, do we abuse you? No, we didn't. Turn the camera off. Don't. Okay, Timmy, you dumb little shit. Like, you get what I'm saying. Kids are stupid manipulatable. I'm sorry, children, if, like, children are watching, but kids are, like, the most manipulatable type of people ever. This is sketchy.
A family channel with 150 million views and a subchannel with 6 figures that was rightfully terminated after accusation of parents Mike and Heather Martin abusing their 5 children under the guise of fake prank videos. An international story that
Jesus Christ, it would get so bad, man. I could not deal with these. Nobody's harmed, and there's nothing actually bad, like something like the whoopee cushion prank. Go ahead, do that. But if you like hit me or smack me, or you make me hurt, or you make me scared or startled, I will get pissed. I do not like that.
the ringleader of this entire disaster is still on YouTube with a pretty decent sub count and a modest but consistent viewership to his name. In short, Daddy-O5 never left. Born on December 17, 1982, Mike Martin experienced a rocky adolescence. Growing up in Baltimore City,
Of course, he was born in freaking Baltimore.
was only a few years old. His adopted brother, Martin, giving him and his sister a stepbrother by the name of James. Later testified in an interview that growing up, he and Martin were inseparable, describing Mike as a creative child, having actions for drawing and making up names for his stepbrother. According to James, Mike was always going to be just maybe not the way anyone thought. Much of the cruel disciplinary tactics that were later used by Mike with children were first used on him by Audrey, who was described as an aggressive sort of person who tended to be excessive when it came to punishment, making Mike write sentences over and over when he stepped out of line.
Jesus Christ, that is such a stupid
According to the same interview,
Stupid punishment. I hated that. I had to do it once. I think it was actually kind of deserved because I was a little shit back when I was young. But seriously, I hate that.
As reported by Monroe, if the school system wasn't failing him, it was the teachers or the students or something as minute as being too loud. One of the biggest tragedies of Mike's childhood came when Audrey passed of an aneurysm in her mid-30s. This took a massive toll on Mike, who was still very young at the time, struggling to cope with her loss as his stepfather Chris was driven to sell the house and send Mike away to live with grandparents. wrestling, away from Courtney and his stepbrother James, who did attempt to reconnect with Mike later in life, but was met with contempt, refusing to speak with James and his wife Laura for unknown reasons. Much of Mike's life past this point is fairly unknown, as James didn't see or hear from him again. That is until he spotted his kids watching a YouTube video decades down the road. I think that the kids in the city were sure. Probably ended up with this was the world's reaction to seeing children in distress, little defenseless children.
Philip Franco, he is a hero in this case. Philip DeFranco is actually a hero. Hats off to him. Shout out to him. You know you got some shit when you actually get it on GMA, like frickin' GMA. That's ultimate publicity right there, is GMA. God, prank videos, prank channels are just a virus. They're more contagious than frickin' COVID. I like how people are like, oh, it's fine. No, I don't want all 69 STDs that that mouse has. This place does not need to have its suppressors installed. Damn. I want to guarantee half these kids didn't even consent to being recorded. God, I could not imagine getting a camera shoved in your face. I mean, there's a lot of people in the world that don't like to be recorded, and to have this happen to a kid that's defenseless and can't do anything is just awful. I'm not saying this because I'm a gamer, but I'm gonna say this right now. Destroying your kid's console is probably one of the worst things, because mentally it teaches your kid, hey, if I enjoy, so I think this might have been quote by, yeah, it's from Optimus, and I can't follow this. If you destroy your kid's shit, your kid is literally going to have a worse relationship with you. They're gonna be mentally taught, hey, if I enjoy something, my parents are gonna come in and destroy it. if I had a kid, the only things that would make me destroy their like console is if they like committed a freaking crime, if they literally like were out drinking, doing drugs, or if they like were deliberately being really, really, really bad at school, like punching people constantly and doing all this stuff. Like if they were like basically like hoodlums, I'd be like, yeah, your PlayStation's getting the bullet, brother. But like doing games, I mean, here's the thing. Rightfully, I'm not gonna tell people how to parent their kids, but I'm gonna tell parents how to parent their kids. If your kid is not doing what they want and they're on the console, take it away and make them work it back. This is a really good reward system. If you encourage the reward system, they will actually try to work it back. Idiots.
Audiences would respond to most. Critics videos ranging from innocent exploding ketchup prank to Jake beats up Ryan, or any given combination of violent buzzwords and scenarios that would give the channel more attention. But it wasn't necessarily the clickbait zone that gave Daddy 5 the reputation. Instead, it was really what you saw once you
Dude, I would literally like I'd almost set my wrists if I lived like that, man. I couldn't do it. I'd be mentally torn apart.
video is something you or I would luckily never have to experience. Whether it was dumping water on his kids' heads as they came home from school,
What a dick.
it felt like they're or letting your kid ambush your other kid
It's every day.
themselves was disrupted by the camera. Mike looking to cause trouble any way he could, yelling curses every other word, even instigating fights between his own children for the sake of more clickbait. But this is what the Daddy-O 5 channel consisted of. In between Mike giving half-assed words of wisdom or something.
Right now, when you feel like you just can't go on no more, you're just dead tired, right now, this when it matters the most. This moment right now, this is what separates the losers from the winners.
See, in addition to being an unhinged maniac parent, Mike was also a raging narcissist, always giving himself
This dude probably drinks and smokes off screen.
on their channel. Sorry, I mean his channel.
Oh my God, I feel like if I get up, it's gonna be
Dude, if you're gonna prank your kids, at least give them the part of the money. If I had to prank my children and I'd have to post on YouTube, I'd at least give them a big portion of the money. They're doing the acting, they're reacting, and they're getting pranked. I think they should get paid.
Tears were shed in the meantime to get them. It didn't take an astute observer to look at one video and notice a key difference in Daddy-O 5's content compared to the rest of YouTube's most popular pranksters. These videos were not fake.
Cody got it hard.
Found themselves being picked on the most, not only by their siblings, but by their parents too. As a good
Jesus Christ, siblings, that sucks.
some disgusting. Jake crushes Cody, Dad burns Cody's Pokemon cards. Cody ruined family homes. Cody ruined the giant family surprise. Sending Cody to military school. For target practice is only a fraction
Jesus Christ, I didn't even know the target practice thing existed.
series. Over time, Cody became hated among the channel's fans. Seen as the problem child to
Oh. This is another like Anakin actor situation.
Telling him that he should make Cody write more sentences or that he should hit him
Wow, the people that are saying hidden part, honestly, they just freaking God. Those are some awful vile people. That ain't even not even funny. God damn, I didn't even know Cody actually was hated. That sucks.
It's clear from the time that Mike and Heather decided against letting Cody come with the family to Disneyland that they always had some kind of weird resentment towards him. Where in one instance, Heather just outright admits she didn't want to take it.
I wanted to take it.
Okay, well, I don't want to take him. I love the boy, but I don't want to take him because he's vanished. And he's going to make everyone miss him all the time.
Implying that his behavior means he isn't a normal kid and that
He's got like
He put poop everywhere. Several times.
he's got a mental disorder. I forgot which one it's called. Like opposite defiant disorder. I think it's ODD.
Well, she would behave himself and act like a normal child.
The family kind of like this channel is like thought first. At least everybody, not just the kids get pranked, but the freaking parents get pranked. Everybody gets freaking. I think it's all like satire, but I don't care if it is or not. I love Violet First. ODD. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Heather would have to be aware of, according to biological mother Rose. But despite this disorder, the Martins weren't holding any punches with the pranks they pulled. One video in particular by the name of Cody Gets Kicked Out stands out to me the most.
What's up, Team DO5? Hi.
Kick off the holidays, make it touch tear up the stage with a pearl drum set, $220.
220?
The video begins with Mike around Mark's birthday, convincing Cody that he'll be going to live with fellow YouTuber Kid Behind the Camera to clean dog poop to straighten up his behavior, making it seem as real as possible by getting the rest of the family in on it too.
Can we catch up to speed here? I believe. I don't have chocolate on me. I eat chocolate. So, I told Ryan that Cody's out here. How do you feel?
About that, which is not having it sounds like a small thing. You know what?
And he's the sensitive one.
Dude. Jesus, this is the worst mental abuse I think I've actually ever seen. I didn't know it was this bad. Holy shit. God, this guy deserves to get hit in the head with a goddamn brick. I would not feel bad if, like, he was just going and somebody lobbed a freaking brick over the edge. Like, I don't think anybody would. To know it went this far down the rabbit hole, that is just... makes me almost sick to my stomach. That's a good way to get your kid to come back and pop you in the head with a 38. No kidding. Cody's actually the smart one here. I'd be pissed. Dude, I actually got lost from my mother in a store, and it was not a big store. It was a very small town. I was scared. I was actually pretty scared. And the store was not even busy. Oh shit. Oh no.
Hey guys. I got a prize for Cody.
Frickin' witch.
I bought this here invisible ink
What a wanker.
and I put a square all over his carpet front and back. If you remember before that, you've seen our videos, you know, he got ink all over our carpet. We actually had to pay someone to come clean it.
I almost don't blame Cody. I mean, he's literally mentally defiant.
Heather is smearing some kind of ink all over the carpet. The so-called
And that abuse breaks down at your mentality. It breaks your your mental health. Your brain, your mind starts to fold, collapse, snap in half.
how much footage I can even show here. Mike and Heather's faces go completely red trying to get confessions. Their son cries and cowers in fear, not even understanding what it is he's being accused of.
Man, not even understanding, that sucks too. He's powerless. He can't do shit here.
The rest of the kids stand by, unsure of how to react or what they can
At that point, if I were smart enough,
watch in horror as their parents viciously wear Cody down to a breaking point before
okay, I'm gonna go out and say this right now. If you are suffering from abuse, if you're a child and you are openly conscious, like you're 110% sure you are suffering from abuse, if you have a neighbor, go to them and tell them what your parents are doing. Okay, or report it to the cops, do something, or report to CPS. Because this type of shit, if it doesn't go unreported, it can turn physical. When it turns physical, that is where shit hits the fan. Cody, I think, is very lucky in this situation. Like, that he's even survived. Like, there's cases worse than this. Heart goes out to Cody, man. I feel so bad for the poor kid. He's gonna grow up, and he's gonna look back at this. Like, it's one thing to be abused, it's another thing to be abused and have that shit posted on every inch of the internet. That just does something to you, man. I feel so bad for Cody. What a sweet little kid.
They try to play it off as a joke and intro video, but it's too late. Within days, the video made the rounds on YouTube, being rightfully chastised for exhibiting clear-cut child abuse in the eyes of some. Daddy05 addressed the haters in a video response shortly after, where Mike downplays the prank and blames viewers for not seeing the humor.
Yeah, guys, your humor is just dog shit. You guys don't like child abuse? What? What? Wow, you guys don't like laughing at child abuse? You guys have no humor. Like, are you a noob?
But as expected, this wasn't convincing anyone. The kids in the video were visibly shaken, audiences were outraged, and Cody and Emma's biological mother wouldn't stand for anything.
In August, we had a mutual friend contact us about some YouTube videos, and we tried to get some help.
Rose Hall has spoken at great length about the trauma brought on by discovering the two kids being effectively abused by her ex-partner. When the Daddy05 channel was brought to her attention in August of 2016, she and her sister Crystal Reynolds tried seeking help by immediately contacting the authorities in her state of North Carolina, who found the footage to be alarming. But when it was passed along to Maryland, where Mike and Heather reside, the Baltimore police at the time declared it corporal punishment, therefore refusing to take any action.
The state that they live in now.
Oh my god.
Considered
Can we just stop with the cops not taking things seriously?
Rose's hands were tied, unable to do anything but binge the Daddy05 channel and keep tabs on every new upload. For many months, she was utterly powerless. But how did these kids even leave her care in the first place?
Cody was no longer with us. Not even 2 years after that, they got Emma.
It's important to note that while the mother of his children, Rose Hall has never actually been married to Mike Martin. Though it's been reported the two met in 2004 after she moved to Maryland, Mike's alleged demeanor didn't start to changed until the birth of Emma in 2005. Rose noting a difference in the way he treated them leading up to when they had Cody in May of 2007. It's also been alleged that Mike began speaking with his next partner, Amy, around 2008, expressing dissatisfaction in his current relationship, according to her. Finally, leaving Rose on her own with the kids in August 2008. As Rose's sister, Crystal, stated, Mike left back in 2008 when Cody was 1 and Emma was almost 3. My sister took care of those kids by herself, with no money or help from him for almost 7 years. By 2014, though, Rose reached back out with a strange partner, trying to seek help with Cody's ODD.
3 years ago, she contacted Mike to give him a second chance to try to get that 2001, excuse me, and he was gone for several years.
With Cody struggling in her house, she thought maybe a quick summer trip to his dad's place could serve as a nice change of pace. Little did she know what Mike and Heather was doing.
She actually contacted him 3 years ago, trying to get some help because Cody was ODD, asked if he could go and visit for the summer to try to, see if the change of environment would kind of help him out.
It's possible Mike took this gesture as an indicator that Rose was unfit to take care of him with his condition, but as writer Nick Monroe pointed out, it's important to note there's a distinction between a child's behaviors being difficult to deal with and being deemed incapable of handling a child altogether. In fact, according to Rose, one of the reasons she wanted Cody in Maryland at the time was so he could access better medical care. As of today, I have yet to see any potential sign that Rose would be unfit to look after Cody and Emma, but I've seen plenty of signs that would show Mike and Heather to be some of the worst caregivers for any child. One of the more serious allegations from Rose being that Mike and Heather forged paperwork to make it seem she had given her majority custody rights to them.
While he was there, the stepmother, Heather, decided that she was going to forge papers and say that my sister gave up her rights of Cody and was sending him to live there.
During what was supposed to be a 6-month stay, Rose claims that Mike began slowly excommunicating her from her son. Nightly calls turned into weekly calls, which became monthly, until Cody just got too busy. Rose claims Cody's temporary visit began to look more permanent when she saw her name at the bottom of court papers in December 2014, blaming Mike and Heather for forging her signature on a document she swears she didn't sign. One bit of evidence to support this claim would be when Mike and Heather used some of her own medical papers against her in court, seemingly indicating the cachet of Rose's personal documents somehow in their possession. According to Rose, they have no other way to obtain this information than by taking it from her home during a routine visit to pick up Cody's toys.
It wasn't hard for them to forge their stuff because somehow they got an entire tote of sister's paperwork, like Medicaid, chicken, and things like that, papers that she had signed.
They also used a very personal document against me in court. They put the document that nobody was supposed to see. It was confidential.
To this day, Rose still denies ever signing Cody's rights over to the Martins. While Heather has continued to maintain her innocence, she and Rose supposedly exchanged these series of emails over the next few months, with Heather reportedly taunting Rose with things like, yes, you are his mother, but I am his mom. Yes, he does think of me as his mom, claiming that he refers to Rose as his stepmom, according to documents obtained by Nick Monroe. Reportedly texting Rose at one point, you're not even a fraction of the woman and mother I am. Throughout this entire debacle, we see transcripts of Rose talking about how afraid Emma was that they'd come and take her next. Both Rose and Emma lived in fear of what Mike and Heather might do next, a dread exacerbated
These guys are just bitches.
15, while Mike and Heather had Emma staying at their house for Thanksgiving, Rose alleges they snuck her back down to North Carolina and coerced her to lie about her mother being abusive in front of the court, saying things like she didn't keep enough food around the house, she was punching holes in the wall and cutting herself, none of which was true with Rose maintains. During much of this process, though, Rose was forced to represent herself in court, as she claims the Martins had called ahead and spoken to countless lawyers in the area about the situation, making sure that none of them could be hired by Rose, as them speaking with the other party made for a, quote, conflict of interest.
I tried to represent myself because I couldn't afford a lawyer, and when I did afford a lawyer, Mike and Heather kept saying it was a conflict of interest to the judge, so the judge made me get rid of my lawyer. They told us in court that Mike and Heather had spoke to the lawyer. They got a whole bunch of names of different lawyers in the town, and we called every single one, told them about what was going on.
What a bunch of douches.
That lawyer, they said they couldn't, it was conflict of interest that they already talked to the other parties. They wouldn't even hear any of my evidence. They took Emma away without doing a proper investigation.
In the end, the judges sided
God.
against her. So
The legal system is dog shit, dude. This is the biggest evidence I've ever seen of it.
giving Mike and Heather custody that Thanksgiving.
God, the legal system will just screw you over, man.
Mike and Heather manipulated their way into obtaining custody of Cody and Emma, leaving her defenseless by the time their videos showed up on her radar. She said they lost weight under the Martins' care, and that the numerous psychologists and psychiatrists she spoke to all described the contents of Daddy Five's videos as nothing less than abusive. With nothing left to do, she resorted to a GoFundMe in an effort to get her kids back on April 18th, 2017, which happened to coincide with the channel receiving widespread backlash, not without the help of Philip DeFranco.
What a hero.
Family that's been sharing their lives on a YouTube channel by the name of Daddy of Five. It's a mixture of a family channel and also a prank channel, although unlike a lot of the family prank channels, they also prank the kids.
On the 17th of April, DeFranco took to his main channel with a goal of bringing awareness to the abuse happening over on Daddy of Five. He starts by summarizing the recent Link prank that pushed them into the news to begin with, before getting into some of their other videos where the family gets physical, citing one instance of Mike throwing Cody into a bookshelf, giving him a bloody nose, a horrifying image to normal people, but hey, this was all a big misunderstanding. DeFranco wasn't buying it.
Although the father's defense is that it wasn't actually blood, it was red ink, and his nose isn't bleeding, but that's a scab. But even if I give him the benefit of doubt, still push your kid face first into the show.
Dedicating the next several uploads to speaking about the situation as it continued to gain steam outside of YouTube, bringing more clips to light and putting more eyes on the situation, causing Daddy05 to make an appearance on Drama Alert, where they described Cody as an actor, before releasing yet another non-apology of a statement in which they admit to faking their videos
Worst apology ever.
for entertainment.
I don't care. They're over-exaggerated. Some videos...
Just like your apology right now.
I mean, they're just played out.
Just like this apology video you're making.
Act them out.
We said that. We said it's their ideas.
We've said it's their ideas.
After a starting attempt to weasel their way out of the limelight, Mike and Heather direct their focus onto DeFranco, blaming him specifically for making the situation worse than it was and putting their family in danger.
This Franco guy, he made a video about us.
And because of that video, we got real danger coming our way.
It would have never got this out of hand if it wasn't for that Franco guy. Starting all of this, doing all of this to my family. He's responsible for this. Yes, we did the videos. Yes, I own up to everything in the videos. I own up to it. They're fake. Maybe I got a little carried away sometimes.
Despite Heather's previous assertion that CPS had already investigated the one CPS agent described the situation as these videos are promoting domestic violence. kids. Even if the parents do it in the best of intention, you are teaching the rest of YouTube and your own children that causing violence and stress is okay as long as it's a joke. The situation even reached their city council as of April 21st. One member by the name of Craig Rice confirmed that the appropriate authorities were aware of the situation and involved in the case. While the Martins may have intended to keep posting through the controversy, there was no ignoring things now. Within days, they took to YouTube again to publish what seemed at first like a more heartfelt update as to where the situation stood, removing all of their videos except for this one, to which Franco also
You think, dumbass?
During YouTube better, but a lot of times it stands back and jump out of character and to see what we've done and to see how it's come across. And I understand how everything
No one's asking why my edit of that video was so weird. It wasn't my edit. They have several of these throughout the video. Instead of doing hard cut, they drop the audio, they will fade out and then fade back in. They do this so many times near the end of the video where it makes you wonder what it was that they cut out. Well, even though they say this about their counseling.
We are now in family counseling because we need it.
Interviews just after the outrage, they said they were more
We actually have a family counselor. We actually, Cody does go to counseling, and we went to counseling as a family. Ironically, we have.
when she says we're taking counseling now, does that mean that earlier that
Despite receiving death threats from Daddy of Five's fan base, Franco didn't let up and continued reporting updates to the story until it was confirmed that Cody and Emma were safely returned to their biological mother in May of
W.
2017. I think the update is
Emma and Cody are with me. I have emergency custody. They're doing good.
with two of the most bullied Martin children in a safe environment. It was time Mike and Heather faced the future. Shortly after shutting down their main goal in August of 2017, each parent facing down two separate counts of Mike, to which they ended up pleading guilty under what's known as an Alford plea agreement, which meant they weren't totally admitting wrongdoing, but they were admitting to there being more than enough evidence from the state to prove guilt. They were sentenced to 5 years supervised probation, and if they broke the rules of that probation, they'd be going to jail for 10 years. But in early
Yeah.
it was reported by numerous outlets that a judge had seemingly lowered the couple's probation level and even allowed expungement, despite this supposedly breaking court order. Regardless, the Martins scrambled to continue entertaining their remaining fan base. Shockingly enough, a good handful of loyal Daddy of Five supporters still exist, keeping up with their numerous rebrands as the new Family of Five channel began posting new content behind the paywall on their own website. This came after YouTube opted to suspend their new channels multiple times, leading Mike to, at one point, pursue an entirely different career path as a SoundCloud rapper. I don't think I can make this up.
Dude, his rap is so shit. I'd rather listen to 2022's map.
Once
Corny because the fans want to come back to YouTube. I'm giving the fans what they want from my videos.
over time, the channel seamlessly began featuring more Mike content until he finally took over the channel himself, becoming the new focal point with their latest upload being just 6 hours prior to me writing this. The name changing to the Martin family as it would appear Mike intends to stay in front of the camera, where he's always found his people.
We're doing better. It's going to take a long time to get back on track. I want them to be happy. I want them to feel safe.
As far as I'm concerned, Mike and Heather Martin are the YouTube equivalent of cockroaches. No matter how much negative attention, criticism, or even criminal charges are leveled against them,
They don't die.
seem to go away. While I'm beyond grateful for the efforts everyone took in 2017 to get Cody and Emma taken away from such a hostile place and reunited with the one person who loves and cares for them the most, the fact that it took so much for the appropriate authorities to step in is a grave disservice to victims of child abuse everywhere. Mike and Heather Martin deserved far more legal penalizing than they received, in my opinion. It should be ecstatic they got off the hook so easily. For far too long, they both instigated and capitalized on the distress of the ones they should have been looking out for, punishing their children by an array of cruel and unusual strategies, using for the reactions they knew would get the most clicks. I don't know where Mike and Heather's story goes from here. To most people, their chapter has been
Come on.
unclosed. Now, ways in raising the remaining 3 boys under their care. Whether Mike or Heather have ever realized how their actions have affected their children in a profoundly harmful way has yet to be seen. But truthfully, that potential self-realization would do little to change the fact that Daddy 05 remains the worst family channel in online history.
Tractor Supply can help you answer the call of the great outdoors. Find savings on UTVs, grills, recreational gear, and more. Everything you need to make the most of life out here. Visit in stores, online, or shop on the go with the TSC app. Save now through Monday at Tractor Supply.
I find brilliant gifts at Saks.com.
Sisters.
Yep. The deserved downfall of CNN. My dad always calls it Communist News Network.
Much trust in human news is now crumbling into the ground, with CNN recording a 90% decline in viewership in
Jesus.
just 1 year. This was highlighted back in January. On January 3rd, 2021, CNN recorded 2.7 million viewers for the week. On January 3rd, 2022, this number was 548,000. And in this last week of June 20th, 2022, CNN recorded their lowest ratings in 22 years, averaging a tiny 56,000 viewers, causing
Wow.
CNN to lay off its CEO, Jeff Zucker. This is in conjunction with CNN's catastrophic failure with CNN Plus, a subscription model set to rival Netflix, with over $300 million in funding, going on to gain only a measly 10,000 subscribers.
Jesus, that is pathetic.
Just 3 weeks. It's clear to everyone that CNN is seeing its final days, and for most,
Goodbye, CNN. Stupid far right news. Now let's target a far left news network.
Well, in this video, we're going to go over the decisive action CNN took, which ended up destroying
I think it's because they're probably politically biased.
CNN founder Ted Turner.
Christ.
Although Ted Turner may be a massive name in the TV industry today,
That's like me losing like what, 80 subs?
wasn't always destined.
No, that's actually like me losing 150 subs, dude. That would,
Didn't always seem to be on the right track. Back in his early 20s, he was expelled from his university after he brought a girl back to his dorm room. And when he returned to his home in the South in the late 60s, Ted began a simple life working for his father's billboard business. However, after working for this company for several years, this small company would become a $1 million empire. Ted was now put in his first position of real leadership. And while for a few years he carried on the success of the business, he would soon realize that this really wasn't his passion. Yes, he did have the money, but he wasn't following his intuition. He wanted something greater. And so instead he would invest in several small radio stations, followed by a struggling Atlanta cable TV station. By doing this, Ted had no idea that he would change his life forever, because this was where Ted first learned the power of 24/7 broadcasting. Because among the low-cost shows his TV station would broadcast, the one that really brought to the business was a 3 a.m. comedy news program, where Turner would once joke that he had a 100% share in the time slots. It was so popular at this time, and yet no one was broadcasting or competing. And so Ted would continue to grow the channel. By doing this, he realized the power of early morning broadcasts. There was no competition, and yet night workers, students, and people with weird sleep schedules would all tune into the show, with this little time slot being wildly successful. However, Turner's real gold mine would come 4 years later, when new satellite technology enabled him to broadcast not just to Atlanta, but to the whole US. This skyrocketed his small collection of channels into a growing media empire. Paying cable subscribers went up to 2 million, and Ted's personal network broke $100 million during this time. He even bought both the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Hawks. Ted had only just been given the rights to broadcast their games, but now he owned them entirely. And then 2 years later, the kernel that would become CNN had been born. And little did Ted know that this was his path to power and billions. Before CNN was even invented, Ted would have to go into talks and negotiations with his fellow media executives to found a 24/7 news network. This sort of thing had never been done before. There was no one to copy from, but with the success of his burgeoning empire, and the success of his 3 a.m. comedy news program, and Ted would take a huge gamble. This project would cost up to $20 million just to start, and this didn't even include the running costs. On top of this, other broadcasting executives told him a successful 24/7 news station would not be possible. No one would watch it. There were serious doubts from all investors that there was
No one would watch it. Literally, the world never sleeps. Everybody would watch it. A lot of people would watch it.
Turner had secretly full confidence in his idea and stated that CNN would be the greatest achievement in the history of journalism. And whilst this certainly isn't the case now,
Communist News Network.
major advancements in journalism that changed the way news was televised forever. And on June 1st, 1980, CNN was broadcasted for the first time. But the issues for CNN would quickly mount up, the first one being budgetary issues. Compared to other media giants at the time like CBS, NBC, and ABC, CNN's funding was substantially less. They were running on extremely tight margins, because investors still believed that there was no profit to be made with this. And then added onto this was CNN's financial constraints, which were exacerbated by the network operating 24/7, which meant even more attention had to be paid to their budget due to the increased workload relative to other outlets. And so for the next 15 years, CNN would always struggle on this reduced budget, only being kept afloat by their innovative coverage, advertising deals, and dodgy investors. At the time, larger networks often derided CNN, referring to it as the, quote, chicken noodle network, because of its comparatively small financial footprint. However, this would all change in 1996, when Time Warner bought the entirety of Turner's media empire, which included CNN. This injection of funds put CNN in direct competition with other large networks. But there was a catch. CNN would find itself at the mercy of its new shareholders. And as the company that bought them continued to rapidly grow, so too did CNN's obligations to toe the party line for their shareholders. Being part of this huge conglomerate meant that there were lots of powerful people to please, and this ended up reflecting negatively on the network, introducing a lot of bias into their reports. But the results of this would later become apparent in future.
Yellow journalism.
However, in this time, this corporate backing and 24/7 broadcasting meant that CNN was the superior choice for news coverage. They had all the money and connections to find the best journalists and the best marketing. This was a change of pace compared to other networks, as CNN would be televising all kinds of news rather than just stories that made headlines. And because of this unique approach, CNN was able to maintain a respectably sized loyal audience during the early years. In fact, in the first 10 years of CNN's development, CNN actually had a very loyal fan base. Another way CNN differed from their competition was through their on-site reporting over confining themselves to a newsroom. This would often make CNN the first or only station to catch historic events as they were unfolding. The earliest example of which was their footage during the attempted assassination of Ronald Reagan in 1981, where CNN would be the first station to break the story on air. But even more famously was with the Challenger disaster. At the time of the Challenger's launch, CNN was the only network reporting on the scene. No one else in the news was reporting 24/7 coverage of this event. And then once the Challenger exploded live on air, CNN's ratings would go through the roof. Because back then there was no Fox News, MSNBC, or even internet for people to watch this tragedy. CNN was the public's only option. The whole nation's attention was focused solely through their lens. The final events that cemented CNN as a major news organization and catapulted them past their competition was their on-site reporting during the coverage of the Gulf War.
Oh, that spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using Felix massage and see. Ooh, yeah, that's nice. Can I use Apple CarPlay?
That's cool.
Sure, it's wireless.
1991, CNN was the only news outlet to get reporters inside Iraq during the initial bombing campaigns. Their coverage was shown across many different networks internationally, which resulted in CNN receiving over 1 billion concurrent viewers around the world. Their overall coverage of the war was groundbreaking. The American government even coined the term the CNN effect to describe the role 24/7 News has on determining the real-time decisions from public officials. It was clear
Damn.
that CNN was becoming unstoppable. Ted's vision was coming to life. These were the golden years for CNN, where their anchors showcased their brilliant, non-biased style throughout the tragedy. Live reports from Bernard Shaw, John Holloman, and Peter Arnott captivated the world. What really distinguished CNN during this period was their courage. All the other American news companies had fled Baghdad before CNN, but only CNN stayed. The reporters camped out in a hotel. From this modest space of operations, these reporters risked life and limb to bring the truth to the world. The footage is still available today. You can hear bombs being dropped in the distance. The reporters even described seeing explosions and fire from their hotel window just 3 miles away. And although the reporters lacked the ability to send live footage remotely out to the world, their radio-style coverage was the closest viewers would get to the conflict. These first hours of the war became a landmark in CNN's rise. Later in the year, when the Iraqi government expelled all Western correspondents, CNN was somehow the only ones allowed to stay. This was because of their tireless fight to build a relationship with the government, meaning they had a monopoly on in-person coverage of the war. And this is what CNN had been built on, the 24/7 unbiased live coverage. And in this time of crisis, it was exactly what the world needed. And although there was lots of propaganda, fake footage, and very dodgy things within the company, these reporters did provide coverage that would get the neighborhood closer to the conflict. And because these CNN reporters were the only ones on the scene, their coverage ended up being seen by billions. And then there were other famous anchors that would make their name. Christine Ampel and Wolf Blitzer, to name a couple. Ampel would grow her reputation in CNN's trademark in-person coverage, whilst Blitzer would keep the show running at home, reporting straight from the Pentagon in the opening hours of the war. Blitzer served as the essential connection between the people and the reporters. All these reporters were going to play pivotal roles in CNN's future. Although it wasn't always perfect, this more pure style of hard news would become CNN's ideal to strive towards, generating the reputation of
Where did it all go wrong?
this reputation for truth and honesty was further solidified by CNN's willingness to challenge the US government's narrative. Peter Arnott continued to gain a controversial reputation for his reporting of American politics. Some were criticizing the government reporting, but his unflinching commitment to truth was truly admirable. All these reporters were going to play pivotal roles in CNN's future. It was through this hard-stop news reporting that CNN gained a massive reputation, a reputation of being the most trusted name in the news. And whether this reputation was worthy or not, it was clear the public seemed to trust CNN. However, this reputation would soon be destroyed by the disastrous actions in later years. However,
What happened?
CNN was in its golden years. Their major successes in the Gulf War made CNN skyrocket in rating viewership and laid the groundwork for international expansion. However, other people were catching around things. People like Rupert Murdoch wanted a piece of the pie, and CNN's competition was catching up. Media outlets like MSNBC, Fox News, and many others were starting to use the same journalistic model pioneered by CNN. These competitors started broadcasting 24/7 and focused more on international issues. But despite all this competition, CNN was still the first cable channel to report on the September 11th attacks. Although, unlike the Challenger disaster and the Gulf War, other news outlets were able to obtain that footage from the incident. This would start to mark the end of CNN's golden years, because with the competition, CNN would have to do very controversial things to gain its viewership. CNN's next focus was on the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. However, this time people were beginning to lose interest in the conflict. People just didn't really care about another war in parts of the world that kept them interested. They were sick of these pointless wars, and they felt like this event had no impact on their day-to-day lives. And then mixed with CNN's vicious competition with other mainstream news outlets, and it seemed like CNN's empire was beginning to crack. With these foreign wars losing viewer engagement, CNN needed another medium to focus on, and they eventually settled on domestic politics. Just as they were
Oh boy.
CNN was also quick to adopt to online news. They launched their prototype news website, CNN.com, in 1995. It quickly became one of the most popular news outlets on the internet. With its online and cable TV presence now established, CNN could sit back and watch its membership grow. Right. Well, while their success was admirable, it didn't come without compromises, because even with all the advent of weekly viewership, this still wasn't enough for CNN to take control of the American media. Rather, CNN would instead take its spot behind Fox News all through the Iraq War. So why wasn't CNN able to catapult beyond Chomsky bias, and that was corporatism. And so in order to shed light on what their real biases, we need to look at who owned them and who still owns them. On October 10th, 1996, a massive media conglomerate named Time Warner acquired Turner Broadcasting Systems, the parent company of CNN. Time Warner almost has a monopoly over American television, with subsidiaries such as Discover, Paramount, HBO, TNT, Travel, and Cartoon Network. And that just names a few of the 100 plus channels and companies Time owns. And this was very effective for Time Warner, as Time Warner and its affiliates and investors would need certain talking points to influence public opinion, a process that Noam Chomsky described as manufacturing consent. Chomsky noted that all mass media caters to the financial interests of whoever owns them. Most importantly, though, is how it affects news. In essence, large media conglomerates like Time Warner become gatekeepers of information for news cycles. And with CNN being a profit-driven business, they must do all they can to keep companies interested in advertising with them, whilst also making Time Warner's investors happy. And so with that, Chomsky argues that
Keep the investors happy, keep your wallet happy.
and economic desires of their advertisers. With all of this becoming very apparent in 2008, when CNN would start to devote large chunks of resources to cover the American political environment around the 2008 election, it was this year that their partisanship would begin to swell, where they would begin to host many of the candidates in presidential debates. It was also
Is that Hillary Clinton?
at this exact same time, Warner Media's CEO
Seriously?
is now Jeff Books. Jeff keeps a low profile generally, but his political leanings are obvious with a little bit of digging. Jeff has made multiple donations to the Democrats over his lifetime. He's also synonymous with the coastal liberal elite. And so it seems like a weird coincidence that just as he was appointed CEO in early 2008, this also happened to be the same time that CNN descended into blatant partisanship. But weirdly in this time, it was their slightly biased political coverage that led to CNN having the highest ratings of the year, averaging over 1 million viewers, an increase of almost half compared to their previous year. This coverage then led CNN to having the highest ratings of the year, averaging over 1 million viewers, an increase of almost half compared to their previous year. But their partisanship was nothing like what we see today. In fact, CNN was still on the trend of being at the cutting edge of news. Instead of hosting a standard debate like other outlets, they instead partnered with YouTube to pitch presidential questions from the public. This innovative move became debates. Despite this, it was still clear that something had changed in CNN's reporting. The reporters hadn't changed, but the content had. And studies would later show that Obama would receive nearly 70% more favorable coverage from the media, whilst John McCain would only get around 40%. This bias was across the board, but CNN was doubtlessly one of the biggest perpetrators. Of course, the bias would be as obvious as a little later. As the culture was today, the 2008 election was on. And at this time, CNN's hit piece were much more subdued, but they would only portray the Republican nominee John McCain as out of touch, rather than accusing him of criminality, conspiracies, and being a Russian agent. However, it was also noticeable in this period that the reporters' tones had now become much more one-sided. The biased coverage was initially rewarded with increased ratings, which created this vicious cycle. The more controversial the stories, the more controversial the opinions, the more people that would tune in. And so CNN would slowly start to abuse the tropes they had built up with years of unbiased reporting, trading in all their news. Their new policy of sensationalizing every political story was popular at first, but over the coming decade, people would quickly come to resent it. And this wasn't just with the political stuff, this was through everything. For example, the term breaking news used to mean a huge amount on CNN. This would refer to things like the Challenger disaster, the First Gulf War, 9/11. It used to be reserved for only the most important stories as they unfolded. However, now, it's completely overused to the point of losing all its meaning completely.
Wait, CNN alert?
Quick hit of views. Their new policy of sensationalizing every political story was popular at first, but over the coming decade, people would quickly come to resent it. And this wasn't just with the political stuff, this was through everything. For example, the term breaking news used to mean a huge amount on CNN.
No kidding, it feels like it's been...
The First Gulf War, 9/11. It used to be reserved for...
Dude, breaking news feels like it's been overused. It's hackneyed.
It's completely overused to the point of losing all its meaning completely. If everything is breaking news, then none of it is. And this is why politics works so well for CNN, because they can sensationalize every little story. And this is why up to 2008, CNN would seem to only broadcast entirely political content. This was at the cost of their innovative, groundbreaking, unbiased reporting. However, back then, this was still tamed. Even though it was sensational, even though it was political, it was still bearable to watch and trusted by almost everyone in the public. Although nobody could have predicted just how many things would change during the presidential election in 2016.
Hello, I'm Patrick Stewart. Did you know that right now...
Nice.
It's getting harder and and harder to find unbiased news sources, which is why I want to tell you about today's sponsor, Ground News, the world's first news comparison platform. You see,
Oh, 2016 election. Oh shit.
Donald Trump formally announced his candidacy
What?
in 2016.
Oh crap. The part of CNN, part on CNN, the 2020, the 2016 election. Oh shit, this is where it goes down. This is where you get into bias. Shit.
especially within the media industry.
This one is a really big election.
The political landscape would never be the same again. Before 2016, CNN was the go-to news network to keep up to date on what was going on in the world. More particularly, it was the go-to place for the average American to keep up to date with the election cycle. With this election, something had changed. Trump was now labeled by the media as an outsider. With Trump posing himself as anti-corporate, anti-big pharma, and anti-establishment, he was trying to drive all of the media against him. But of all the media against Trump, CNN's investors wanted him gone. In the early parts of his presidential run, the coverage wasn't explicitly negative, but it wasn't neutral either, because the media and public thought that he just didn't stand a chance. It was inconceivable. But over time, this would start to change. Trump was starting to gather huge crowds of supporters. He was starting to win votes across the country. Trump memes were proliferating the internet, and in the debates, he was now starting to beat rivals like Ted Cruz.
You call women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Totally Rosie O'Donnell.
No, it wasn't.
I'm watching a documentary about CNN.
Your home safety, Profiler offers multiple home generator solutions along with annual maintenance because we want you to keep your lights on. Whole home
CNN is such a shit show, dude. My dad calls it Communist News Network. So fun.
This holiday, get loud and get toast.
became apparent that Trump was somehow connected with the US population. From that moment, it was apparent that the election would be like no other. With Trump's wild statements, the funny speeches, the ridiculousness of the debates, and all the controversy surrounding this made the public hooked on the election, and CNN was there to capitalize on it. In fact, by focusing so much on the election, 2015 became a record year for CNN, bringing in millions of viewers every day. We're talking about even more views and money than they'd seen at the peak of the Gulf War, and that momentum would only continue into 2016. As the year continued to progress, Trump's chances of winning became higher and higher, and with this, CNN became more and more vicious against the Trump campaign. The unbiased nature that defined CNN was starting to crack. It was clear that the people pulling CNN strings were becoming threatened by Trump. And this is when CNN's partisanship became very apparent to the public, especially in contrast to how much they supported Clinton. From the minute she stole the nomination from Bernie to the day of the election, Clinton was framed as a reliable, experienced candidate, never mind the fact that she was a woman. However, for most of the public, Clinton was really just a boring career politician. No one really liked her. She didn't have the wide support of Bernie Sanders or the personality of Donald Trump. So then why was she forced upon the American people as the best choice by CNN? Well, to answer this, we just have to follow the money. According to federally released election data for the Clinton campaign, she received tens of millions of dollars from billionaires, hedge funds, and Wall Street. And with that, it was clear who owned Hillary Clinton. The same people that own CNN. Which is why when Trump won the nominee, when the chances of him actually winning the presidency skyrocketed, CNN would continue to release new scandals, with every poll on CNN making clear that Trump had no chance of winning at all. And as this election continued, it was clear that CNN was becoming very partisan. And these suspicions were confirmed in October 2016, moments just before one of the key presidential debates, with WikiLeaks publishing leaked emails showing once and for all that CNN had a very liberal bias. In fact, a CNN contributor had passed the debate questions to Hillary Clinton's campaign ahead of time. In response to this, CNN anchor Chris Cuomo wouldn't apologize for these actions, but instead said that anyone who downloaded these stolen emails was a criminal.
It's illegal to possess these stolen documents. It's different for the media. So everything you learn about this, you're learning from us.
But the damage was done. CNN had been caught red-handed. However, because these sorts of instances were rare, this shadiness didn't actually hurt CNN, as 2016 was another record year in viewership for the company, which is why CNN would never reflect on becoming too partisan. In fact, they were motivated to double down on this. Their investors wanted it, the advertisers wanted it, and seemingly, the viewers wanted it. However, behind the surface, it was becoming clear how CNN was poisoned by external interests. And I'm not some massive Trumper here or anything, but however you feel about Trump, he was the man that would slowly take down CNN's credibility. Because while the whole network was so caught up in trying to take him down, they failed to pay attention to their founding principles, all while continually giving Trump free press. And this bias also meant that through CNN's hyper-focus on Trump, this would then come at the giant cost of the hard news they had made their name on. And because of this, CNN would slowly decline. All through Trump's presidency, CNN's reputation was taking a beating. This became apparent in 2017, when CNN would continue reports on Trump being a secret Russian agent, an agent trying to overturn...
I think I remember all this. I think I remember when people were accusing Trump of cheating.
And almost established facts about Trump. And because of CNN's reach and legacy reputation, this story was never really questioned. However, later in the year, these stories would start to be questioned. After Roger Veritas released a video showing leaked footage of CNN producer John Bernard. In the footage captured without Bernard, he admitted that CNN's coverage of the Russian investigation was, quote, mostly bullshit. In response, CNN would state that while the footage was real, it was acquired through deception, just like the WikiLeaks emails. However, 2 days later, Roger Veritas would then release more footage, showing CNN anchor Van June saying that, quote, the Russian thing was just a nothing burger. And then CNN would be hit by another blow after footage was leaked from the CNN technical director, Charlie Chester, admitting that CNN had been engaged in negative propaganda against the Trump presidency. But he would admit that CNN's Russian story was a hoax, but pushed it anyway.
We were creating a story there that we didn't know anything about. So that's, I think that's not the end of it. We had nothing else to work with at that time. We were like, just taking shots up and out, just hoping something would fit.
In the footage, the CNN employee also notes him and his team are specifically told by the CEO what to push on the news. But again, why did CNN take such a hard turn? Why were they doing this? Because by 2017, their ratings showed that people were starting to get sick of always talking about Trump. I mean, when you compare CNN's modern anchors like Brian Stelter with CNN's award-winning coverage of the Gulf War, questions start to be raised. Remember, CNN is owned by Time Warner, a media conglomerate that has its own agenda. And of
They want money.
study found that on 93 of the first 100 days of Trump's presidency, CNN broadcasted negative coverage of Trump's presidency. It was non-stop partisanship. It was because of these constant boring barrages against Trump, and with CNN constantly...
No kidding. I think that is true. People got fed up with... I think almost liberals got fed up with people bashing Trump.
against the establishment's wishes. I mean, after alienating the center and the right with their constant hit pieces and absurd claims, CNN would then call to alienate lots of the left as well. This was because of their commitment to a certain brand of corporate liberalism, the kind championed by their investors and their ESG ratings. Other parts of the left were vilified in the same way as Trump. Bernie Sanders' campaign was particularly targeted. Because his politics went against the corporate interests of CNN, CNN would then be flagrantly biased against him. In the 2020 Democratic primary debates, unsworn graphics would clearly favor his opponents. One of these read, quote, Sanders' proposal would double federal spending over a decade. How will he avoid bankrupting the country? Things like this were commonplace, manufacturing consent against Bernie's campaign from the outset. And this is just one of the ways that CNN would shoot themselves in the foot. Because if CNN was losing the right, the center, and the left, who was even a demographic anymore? CNN's average viewership went from 1.3 million to 980,000 viewers in just 2 years. But this was nothing compared to when Trump would leave office. And CNN's viewership looking like this, all because CNN chose to milk identity politics rather than produce unbiased news reporting.
Oh my god.
They had trampled on their core principles for a quick buck.
I feel bad for
The
you.
easiest way to gain views and please investors, they had lost the reputation that was central to their success. And that's why in the last year or so, CNN has now been scraping the barrel for views, insulting and degrading independent voices that weren't owned by the establishment. Like that infamous time when CNN's in-house medical advisor tried to smear Joe Rogan for taking notes. Well, presented up backfiring even more against CNN's credibility, with most people in this controversy actually trusting Joe Rogan over CNN.
CNN are clearly rattled by the Joe Rogan treatments of coronavirus. Why do they keep this story alive? Why do they refuse to apologise for their potentially libelous framing of Joe Rogan's individual, autonomous, personal actions?
And at the same time, this has fueled their biggest competitor, Fox, to capitalise on CNN's failings. With Fox of all media companies now setting themselves up as the anti-establishment news agency. Gone was the stuffy, warmongering Bill O'Reilly, in was the ex-CNN host, Doug Carlson. And unlike CNN, Fox would be directly right-wing, and they wouldn't try to hide their overt bias. People know what they're getting with Fox. They knew the sort of opinions and narrative they would talk about. And amazingly to Fox's credit, of all the media companies, they're the one that actually starts to question stories of big tech, China, Jeff Bezos, and Big Pharma. And with that, Fox has seen a bit of a renaissance, which is really saying something here, because Fox is also a poison news network run by the devil himself, Rupert Murdoch. I mean, if Fox of all companies has now seen its existence, this shines a light on how badly CNN has fallen. I mean, let's just look at statistics. In the key demographic of people aged 25 to 54, Fox now has 3 times as many viewers for the day than CNN, becoming the most watched news network, snatching the mantle from CNN completely, and it's only getting much, much worse for CNN. The consequence of their partisanship and declining quality became very apparent when they tried to introduce CNN Plus. CNN Plus was meant to be a paid subscription service that would shelter them against the dropping ratings for traditional media. This new streaming service was given $300 million in funding and was expected to gain 2 million subscribers in its opening year. However, after releasing, the numbers were just 10,000, a measly 0.5% of their expected viewership. And this was even after lowering their price, causing the service to be instantly shut down, only lasting 3 measly weeks. CNN Plus was a sinister sign for the whole company, with CNN now only averaging around 178,000 viewers in that key demographic, a 63% decline since 2021. It's becoming radically clear that the anchors have to stop their partisan praise for the establishment before it's too late. They have to go back to their roots of non-partisan news, of unbiased, brave reporting. If CNN wants to be taken seriously, it can't have anchors like Don Lemon and Brian Stelter. It has to somehow toe the middle ground, which is what CNN is now desperately trying to do. Following the abysmal launch of CNN Plus, CNN's new CEO, Chris Licht, indicated that he wants to return to CNN's roots as non-partisan. To enforce this view, Licht wants CNN to move away from the partisan debate narrative and to use less involved banners. In fact, he's already started pushing mandates for banners not to use the words breaking news and to get rid of anchors like Brian Stelter.
Breaking news is more overused than the word literally, which is literally just overused. I mean, who uses the word literally that much?
Gaining that trust by being an organization that exemplifies the best characteristics of journalism.
Hey, guy. Wanna see a magic trick? Sure. Wanna see a magic trick? Sure. Abracadabra banned. God, I love banning people. Man, he didn't even say your city. He said you city.
Dynasty speaks the truth about challenging the status quo and questioning protein. And hopefully this comes true.
Theranos. Oh, have you ever heard of Theranos? It was a medical firm that were like, we're using powerful technology. You know what they did? They actually said that they were using their own technology, and they were actually using competitors' technology instead of their own tech, and this girl got in so much controversy because of this, apparently. What a scumbag.
It's just an incredible morality tale.
Only once again, the Silicon Valley visionary was facing federal fraud charges tonight.
Theranos founder Elizabeth Holmes has now officially been indicted on federal wire fraud charges. The U.S. Attorney General.
Yeah, that didn't last too long, did it?
Everyone thought would change the world, but ended up being one of the biggest frauds in history. Theranos, the company started...
God, I love controversies. They're so fun to talk about. How people can just stupidly ruin their careers within 3 billion seconds. Or, that didn't mean make sense. Yeah, blood analyzer that would tell you, what, like, cancers. Like, it was a high-tech medical thing. And she actually used competitors' stuff. Like, what a dumbass.
Elizabeth Holmes, of a well-connected family with a rich history. From a young age, Elizabeth knew what she wanted in life to be a career. At age 18, she went to the Stanford Laboratory of China, where she met a man 20 years her senior called Sunny. Sunny immigrated from Pakistan and has successfully settled in Congo in 1999.
Okay.
During another trip to Asia, Elizabeth witnessed the SARS outbreak. From that point,
SARS.
determined to change the
Like COVID version 1, or like COVID prototype, basically.
The idea was to create a little patch which could continually test the blood of the wearer and admit the right dose of medicine in real time. With determination, she dropped out of Stanford at age 19 and started her own company. The early days were not glamorous. The office of the company was in a part of town known for shootings. One day, while in her car, Elizabeth was shot at, with the bullet just narrowly missing her. Despite this, she received a $1 million seed investment from an old neighbor who had made some money investing in homeland. Early on, Elizabeth grew up a reputation with her investors. However, when it came to investors that specialized in medicine, she struggled to convince them as her lack of knowledge started showing. It wasn't a surprise because she had only spent a few semesters at university. So for most tech entrepreneurs, this kind of thing isn't a big issue. For example, Mark Zuckerberg only needed to master coding as a child, and he could have struck it big with early university knowledge. On the other hand, medicine and chemistry are fields that require decades of knowledge and research to find a breakthrough. Regardless, by the end of the year, Elizabeth had more than $6 million in funding, and her idea had changed. Now, the blood testing could be done by a cartridge reader system. Here's how it was supposed to work. Patients would prick their fingers, storing blood in a small cartridge. Pushing this cartridge into a machine would run the test.
which is actually a very decent idea.
The old way used large machines the size of several business photocopiers, and the result would take a few days to get back from a doctor. Theranos would try to scale down the components of these massive machines to fit into a box the size of a personal computer. Theranos was going to make this process faster, more comfortable, and completely bypass the need for a doctor. In this particular medical field, there are many components that are used to test blood, each of which performs a different type of test. For example, one test shoots a beam of light into the sample blood and measures the light reflected, while other tests require chemical reactions. Now this is the big lie and the problem with Theranos. There were several issues that made the Theranos machines nearly impossible. Firstly, the components would interfere with each other when placed in close proximity due to a magnitude of problems including heat, light, and electrical activity. Next, to have sufficient volume of test samples from only a pinprick of a finger, the drops of blood had to be diluted. Over-diluted samples gave inaccurate results and was outside the detection capability of the hardware. So in short, for this technology to be possible, Theranos had to make major breakthroughs on all fronts of blood analysis. They had to do all of this while only reporting to Elizabeth, who didn't really have the knowledge. Skipping forward to 2006, Theranos had some momentum and a prototype called the Theranos 1.0. Elizabeth enlisted engineers to design a new version called the Edison. However, no Theranos machine would ever be accurate or capable of performing the full range of tests that Elizabeth claimed.
So they use competitors.
To make the Edison development run 24/7. When the manager refused and stated that the engineers were overworked as it is, Elizabeth hired a parallel engineering team and made the teams race each other, survival of the fittest dress. This kind of thing was actually a tactic that Steve Jobs also used with the original Mac and the iPhone. But in Theranos' case, the losing team would be fired. Elizabeth also started doing some ethically questionable things, such as running a pilot test on cancer patients with the company Pfizer. She knew the product didn't work yet, but insisted on running the tests even though they were filled with sicknesses. To highlight
That's so screwed up.
Doctors use lab results to base 70% of their decisions on. If the results are false, it could be fatal. Of course, the only reason the cancer trials went ahead is that Elizabeth had been outright lying to investors about how well the methods actually worked. The same year, the company's CFO discovered that Elizabeth had been lying. He told her to stop. Instead of agreeing, she fired him on the spot. After this, Elizabeth never hired another chief financial officer again, leaving the position vacant for a decade. In 2007, there was no bigger Silicon Valley star than Steve Jobs. Elizabeth had started developing an obsession for Jobs, and employees found something in the cutout on her desk where someone called her the next Steve Jobs. The obsession bordered on insanity. For example, after she found out that Steve scheduled marketing meetings on Wednesdays, she would do the same with the same marketing firm that Steve used.
Can't get comfortable at night? The Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed has your back, effortlessly responding to your movements to relieve pressure points. Enjoy smart, effortless comfort and the proven quality sleep you need for your health and well-being. Visit sleepnumber.com to learn more. Look, it's easy to say things.
I'm not getting US Cellular. It's owned by Comcast. I've already watched the video of how shitty those guys are.
Steve Jobs' office remains under further threat.
Yeah. I need to find out how I can funnel them down here, because the big problem about the corruption, crimson, and hollow farms. Oh, looks like they already do funnel themselves down here. Let me try. It's these enemies right here. Oh, crap. I'm actually... See, no, I'll try to experiment right now. Well, actually, some experimenting on putting these belts below. I'm gonna put actuators. Wanna. No, you just have to give it enough time. It takes a while. If I were you, don't stay in one spot. Move around, in my opinion, because if you move around, that's when you can kind of find them easier. Like, if I'm staying right here, sometimes when I spawn enemies, I'll want to go over here, and now sometimes, if I don't find them, I'll come back over here, and I'll kind of go back and forth, you know, rotate between that, just to make sure that they can maybe spawn. It'll take a while. Okay. See, I told you, you could do it. You just gotta believe in yourself. That's a good idea. Nice. Oh, it's curse flames going over. Oh my god, let's do one thing before we go. Ready, and click. Oh yes. Jesus. That's what the problem look like at times 10 speed. There are so many souls of like the Dark Souls. Oh, there's a meat grinder. Stuff is just. I'm out. See ya.